Hi Tigers, this is Mrs. Brown, your college and career counselor. I wanted to review some information with you today regarding the PSAT and pre-ACT. Those tests are coming up this Wednesday, October 30th. We talked about this earlier in the fall, but I just wanted to make sure that we review a few things for you so that you'll be all good to go for Wednesday. So why do we take these tests? One, we just want to gauge and see how you're doing as you move along in your pathway toward a career and or college readiness, and also to practice for the actual SAT and or ACT. Those are both college entrance exams, and colleges use them for admissions, but also for scholarship opportunities. So we want to make sure you practice as much as possible so that you can do the best you can to provide the best opportunity for yourself as you can. We also use these results for some of our college dual credit courses. So some classes, we actually offer several different options for you for college classes where you can earn credit while you're still in high school. But these three in particular, English 12, college algebra, and marketing, they are partnerships that we have with Ivy Tech, and they use the PSAT score as one of the ways that you can meet the criteria to be eligible to earn college credit if you take those courses. So if you plan on taking those in the future, it really is in your best interest to make sure you're putting forth your best effort on the PSAT. So that's just one of the ways that you can qualify. So just want to make sure you're doing your very best. And for juniors, the National Merit Scholarship Competition is based on your scores from the PSAT. So you want to just make sure you're doing your very best because they really do serve a great purpose for you. Some of the other benefits of taking the test: the scores will come back in December, and then we will discuss them after winter break. The scores will give you, or taking the test will give you access to the College Board tools, which include a lot of great college and career preparation information, along with access to the Khan Academy, which will take your test performance and help develop a practice plan very individualized for you for your real SAT. So it's a great way to practice. And for you sophomores and juniors, we will talk a lot about that right after winter break. So on test day, there are some things that I want to make sure that you're aware of. If you happen to be a student who travels to Hampton Southeastern to take a class, we will not be traveling classes in the morning that day. HSE, all of them will be taking the same test that you're taking, so there's no class in session over there. If you happen to have a class that travels later in the day, fourth period or after, then you can go ahead and travel. Students that attend JEL, that actually leave and go to the JEL site down at North Central High School, you will still travel there, but you'll just go a little late. The bus will leave after a lunch as usual, but that will be at around 12 o'clock. So make sure if you ride the bus that you don't miss that. If there are other travel situations that we haven't thought of, please stop by the CCA to make sure you know what you're supposed to be doing on test day. We want to make sure we answer all these questions either on today, Monday, or Tuesday, so that we're all ready to go Wednesday morning. It's really difficult if we come in the morning on Wednesday and you're not sure where you're supposed to go. So please come see us so we can take care of that stuff ahead of time. Make sure that when you go to testing, you either turn off all your electronic devices. You can leave them in lockers or whatever, but if you do have them on you, they need to all be off and in your backpacks. Teachers will make sure that those are out of the way for the test day. That includes cell phones, smartwatches, earbuds. Anything like that is not allowed during standardized testing. So typical situation that we have whenever we do standardized testing will apply here as well. To bring with you, you want to make sure you have number 2 pencils. We prefer that you not use mechanical pencils, but if that is all you have, it's fine. But number 2 pencils are preferred. Bring a calculator because you can use that on part of the test, so that might be beneficial to you. You want to make sure that you report to your testing location at the beginning of the day. We'll go straight there instead of going to first period. So whatever your testing room location is, that's where you'll report on Wednesday morning. We will stay in that testing session until 11:26, and so it is kind of a long morning. Testing will complete and you will have some extra time to work on homework or whatever, bring a book to read, something that you'll be expected to sit quietly until everyone around the building is finished. We will release at 11:26, and then we will go to fourth period, or if you have a lunch, you'll go to lunch. After that, we follow the 2-hour delay bell schedule for the remainder of the day. So take a look at that schedule ahead of time. Make sure you know what's going on there. If you happen to receive accommodations, like if you get extra time on test, you will only receive those accommodations for the PSAT if you have been College Board approved. There's a process that families and students have to go through to be approved to take tests from the College Board with accommodations. So these students should already know who they are. They've been notified in their email, and their parents have been emailed about where you'll be testing. So if you're unsure, you can check with Mrs. Rance in the testing room. But if you have not officially been College Board approved, you may not receive those accommodations for this particular test. Some of you will have a computer tool that you use. And again, you've been notified of this already. So students, if this doesn't apply to you, you can just ignore this part. So if you do use a computer, then make sure you bring earbuds, but that are non-Bluetooth earbuds. The pre-ACT test will be given without accommodations. It's truly just a practice, and we have not gone through a pre-approval process for students to get approved through ACT yet as freshmen. So all of those tests will be given with just standard time and whatnot. If you have any questions about accommodations, most of you know Mrs. Rance in the testing room. You can check with her. Okay, teachers, a few things for you that I want to make sure that you are aware of. Please make sure that you've completed the district test security training. Most of you have done that, but if not, you want to finish that up before the test on Wednesday. If you're proctoring, make sure you pick up the test materials before school Wednesday morning, the 30th, down in the CCA. You want to be sure that your room is set up for traditional testing. All the desks and chairs sort of in rows, all facing the same direction. Especially for teachers who have other people coming into your room, you'll want to be sure your room is set up for them and ready to go. If you do have information on the walls that could be helpful for students on the test, you need to make sure that you cover that. Another thing, if someone else is using your room, please make sure that there are arrangements for that room to be unlocked for them in the morning. Just communicate with them, make sure that there is somebody that can get that done for them. Teachers, if you happen to be covering preps for other teachers, make sure that you communicate with them so you can discuss the times that you will be arriving and leaving. Most of you who are covering preps have to cover for more than one person, so you want to make sure that everybody knows when to expect you. If somebody else is covering your class, it is very, very helpful if you can provide them with a list of your students. From Skyward, I believe you can print a seating chart with their pictures on it, which is even better. If you could send that to the teacher who happens to cover your students' smart period for testing, that would be very, very helpful. A few more things, teachers. If you're proctoring, and you should have already received your proctor manual, we sent most of those out on Friday with a list of the students that you'll be proctoring. If you have any questions about that, let us know. We do have enrollees and withdrawals almost every single day, so those might be slightly outdated. Just make note that if somebody arrives, you can check with us to make sure that they are indeed supposed to be there, or if they've withdrawn, we can mark them off. You'll get a new roster on test day, and so you can also note it on there for us, and we'll have extra materials if you need anything. You don't need to do attendance for the trial run. We did attendance in Smart Period before we released to the testing location, so you don't have to do a testing attendance for the trial run, but on Wednesday you will. There is a shared document link in the Smart Period materials, so if you have questions or concerns, please email that or put it in that document right away. You can email me or call, but that document is really helpful for us to sort of address one issue at a time, and we will do that as quickly as possible and get back to you. Okay, before the test, Tigers, make sure that you get a good night's rest, eat a great breakfast, and put forth your best effort. I'm sure you will all do your best, and we will see you on Wednesday. Good luck, Tigers.